In recent news, Nmplol and Malena hit the news that they are getting a divorce and that they both have gone through court to settle an agreement where Malena is asking for half from Nick. Now if you guys missed that video, the link is in the description or at the end of this video. After this news broke out, a fellow streamer xQc gives his take on Nmpl's situation in the following clip.
I will say though, looking at this, it is a lot more in Nick's best interest that this goes smoothly and without hostility, because if it does get hostile and it does get stalled out, I mean, brother, because of the state of Texas, she would still be claiming everyday work as when the split happens, she's getting the money of today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So if this stalls out, I mean, I'm not trying to put any ideas in it. I'm just saying, consider the potential. I think it's in everybody's best interest, or Nick's best interest, that they kind of come to an agreement.
Company, much needed head.
Also during xQc's livestream, LSF Reddit mods got called out by xQc after Nmplol and Malena's divorce post got removed. xQc talks to the head of the LSF moderation and had a conversation today about biased OTK rule enforcement. In the livestream, xQc asked point blank, does OTK manipulate the subreddit? Here is the clip.
As a final question, point blank, nobody in OTK manipulates anything or talks to any of the moderations over there in a direct contact.
Yeah, there's none of like I think we've received a couple messages about like doxing stuff, but not of any of the ones that you've talked about here. Like 95% of the time, like a post gets removed, it's not going to be any like we're talking like a couple messages over the course of years, right? So
after LSF mod appeared on xQc's stream, Tolawan's girlfriend Michaela responds to one of the clips in the following.
What an actual thing, loser. He sounds exactly how you'd expect doing loser off that subreddit. Head mod, okay, so a loser. He contradicts himself in nearly every conversation he has with X, and we know for a fact OTK gets Shez removed. Why is he dodging this? Grow a spine. At this point, why even accept the interview if you're not gonna nut up? Because he's a literal effing loser. The actual definition of a loser. You cannot be a head mod of one of the most toxic subreddits on the website and proceed to say drama has downsides, it hurts people and it's toxic, as if they don't encourage that behavior all of the time.
xQc asks why things are only getting removed on a high frequency when it involves OTK.
When things get controversial, things get removed at a high frequency, which is fair, but that factor goes way beyond the reasonable amounts when it's OTK members. OTK members, when it's OTK and it's high comments, I'm telling you, most of them are deleted. More than half of threads that involve OTK that have high comments are deleted.
That might be the case. Yeah, I can see what you're saying now. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely keep more of a lookout for that. But I mean, I will say, you know, just to give some advice of my own, right? Like if you know, there are some things that I think users can do where like we wouldn't, you know, let's say you do think that we're biased, right? There are things that you can do where it's like, well, even if I'm biased, you can't like, I can't get away with removing it, right? Because it, you know, it's, you know, so within the rules, you know, even a biased person couldn't do it. But I mean, I get it's, I do wish though, I mean, I'll definitely keep a lot of look at myself, but I do wish the users would at least try a little bit more.
I love how he sounds exactly what you would expect a head Reddit mod would sound. Also, it's the most obvious ever. Everyone knows OTK gets removed when it wants. Head Reddit mod when confronted on his bias, I don't know. It's obvious. Who they follow influences what's posted on there. The owners of LSF sold it long time ago to OTK. They just post things about their events, and sometimes Destiny to keep things kinda legit. The subreddit is so biased, you can't even post criticism of it without it getting removed, because the no meta convos rule literally built an echo chamber without any chance for criticism.
After the news of the divorce made its way around social media, many fans of the couple flocked to the comments on the poster saying that because Malena did a lot of the work on their streams, she deserves half of what they've made. However, xQc explained that while she may have done a lot during the stream, Nmplol did a lot of work off camera that deserves to be considered when put together an agreement for how everything would be split. What are you guys' thoughts on xQc and Nmplol's situation? Let me know in the comments below. In this next clip, Sinner says that Emaru and others tied to Asmongold should disconnect from him.
Because people are like, oh, Emmy, why do you even talk to him? Right? Mm-hmm. All that said, he's still gonna do Asmongold things. He ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, but okay.
He ain't gonna stop. He's gonna do it today. He's gonna do it tomorrow. He's gonna do it the next day.
Do you want my honest opinion on this?
Yes.
Okay. I think that when you are tied to, for example, right? If I had like 5 employees, right? and I'm saying a bunch of crazy shit, and it cost those employees their job.
Yeah.
At what point is my like yes, I can be as unhinged as I want, right? But the people who are affected by it are allowed to be mad at me for being that unhinged, and eventually.
Agreed.
Should either be fully disconnected from me or like say, hey, I'm not willing to be around this. Because again, and this is like a personal thing, I don't hate anybody, I have no drama with anybody, I don't wish any drama with anybody, right? However,
Emissary would drop OTK and everyone around her just for Asman raids to continue. She will be last person to denounce unhinged shit he spews out. Emissary will never disconnect from Asman because he is padding all her stats when he always raids her with 20k viewers of bots, while other OTK members like Seer and Esfand sit at low viewership where they could use it. She also uses him to grow her YouTube and make more money, despite him costing OTK employees their jobs, all to pad her bank account. If Asman had no viewers, they'd drop him. If Mitch was still a 10k plus Andy, they'd suck his balls like they do Asman's. It's the only reason they are also still cool with xQc, despite calling every person in Texas fake, and refuses to revisit from that. Does it even matter at this point? He never really promoted OTK that much before. Then, he completely stepped away from them when he got banned, and now even other streamers from the org admit they've lost sponsors because of him. Do they really need him if he's not converting those views into money for the org anymore?